just wanted to welcome you back to my channel, Twinkle Twinkle Little Spatula, and thank you for tuning into our first episode a few days ago. It was really fun to make that, all makes mistakes included. As I said in my description, I am a complete rookie at this. I do not know what I'm doing at all, just fumbling through it and hoping to have some fun along the way. And it was fun. It was a little frustrating when I couldn't figure out how to edit, I'll tell you that much. And I wanted to be able to add graphics onto the video. I also don't know how to do that. I relied on my daughter Zhaina, who's 13, to stitch all the videos into one, because I also didn't know how to do that. So if you have any tips for me, if you know how to use like an easy video editor, right now we're just using an iPhone 8 to take the videos, that's all we have. And then I think she used iMovie to edit them. And I know that YouTube has a video editor. I can't figure out how to use it. I've even watched some tutorials, and so there's, gotta be an easier one out there, more user-friendly, where you can add graphics and buttons and that sort of thing. So if you know anything about that, just drop me a comment down below and give me all your tips and tricks, because I need them. I want to do this, but I would like to be able to do it well for you watching and for me. I want to be able to cut the videos to be shorter, and hopefully through time have them be more professional looking. So in today's episode, we are going to be at home cooking. It's my day off. I've worked for the last, I think, 3 or 4 days in a row, not leaving much time for any fun afterwards, besides regular housework, which does feel good to complete, but in the end, not any free time. So today is the first day that we've had free time to spend doing something fun, and this is what we're doing. So Zhaina is going to be making banana bread for you today, and I'm going to be making shepherd's pie. So cooking in the kitchen with Twinkle Twinkle Little Spatula. Enjoy. We are getting ready to make banana bread, and Zhaina is going to be in charge of this. We're using this recipe that another mom friend of mine that I know through the dancing world when Zhaina used to be in competitive dance. Her name is Jen. She made this for me. I don't remember the circumstances under what she had brought it to me. Maybe after I had one of the babies is what I'm guessing. That's when people were kind of cooking for me. So Zhaina's getting ready to make our banana bread. We're going to try it different though. Instead of putting it into 2 loaf tins, we are going to attempt to bake it in a bundt pan. So we hope that works out, and we'll kind of show you how it gets put together. Really simple, not too many ingredients, and it shouldn't take too long at all. So she has already mashed 3 bananas into this bowl. Zhaina, what did you use to mash the bananas?
Just a fork.
And was that difficult or easy?
Really easy. I added the bananas one by one and mashed them individually. Like, first I put one in, mashed it up, then I put the second one and mashed it up, then I put the third one and mashed it up. It made it a lot easier.
Okay.
Mom, I want to make that food.
Well, that one doesn't taste good. What is Zhaina doing now? Zhaina, what are you doing now?
I'm putting shortening in a 1/2 cup, and then I'm going to cream it in that bowl with an electric hand mixer.
Zhaina's measuring out the flour, and we realized that she had accidentally grabbed baking powder instead of baking soda, so we fixed that and have the right ingredient now. But I just gave her the tip of when you're measuring out your flour, what you actually want to do is use a spoon to spoon the flour into your measuring cup and then level it off, because if you don't do that and you just dip your measuring spoon or cup right into the flour, you end up packing the flour into your measuring cup and end up with more than you need. So it's better to spoon it into your measuring cup. And then over here, she's already creamed together the shortening. Well, Zhaina, what else is in there? The shortening, the eggs, and the sugar. Yep, that's right. And so now she's adding the baking soda and the flour. And that was 1 cup, but you need 2, right? So she'll add another one and then she'll mix it up.
Chocolate was on the thing.
So she's mixing the flour in. Zhaina, where'd you get that super nice mixer?
From you, I believe, during Christmas.
How do you like it?
It's pretty nice.
It is pretty nice. And after you mix that well, the bananas goes in next.
And the nuts.
This is too hard.
You gotta use all your muscles. Do you know what you're mixing?
Bread.
Do you know what kind of bread?
Banana.
Yeah. Yana, can you say banana?
Mom, can I try it?
Well, not yet.
I just want it.
Who's watching you mix? Who do we have here watching you? Who's right there?
Me.
Who's this?
Purple baby.
Purple baby. Okay, let Yana have a turn. Let's let Yana have a turn.
No, my mix.
You're doing a great job, but now it's Yana's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, you ready?
Oh, good job. Use your muscles. She probably wants to do it by herself.
You like this. That's like that. Help?
It's okay, let her do it by herself. We're just gonna pour it right into the pan, and we sprayed it with a little bit of Pam to make sure it just doesn't stick. And then we're gonna put it into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Do you remember how long we're supposed to cook it for?
1 hour.
Okay, and we use convection bake, which means that it has a fan in the oven and it cooks it a third faster than a regular oven. So instead of an hour, what we're going to do is check it at, Zhaina, what's 2/3 of an hour?
40 minutes.
Yep, so we'll check it at 40 minutes and see if it's done then. Yana, you gonna go for a walk? Okay, go get in the stroller. Your sister's ready. Yana, you going for a walk? Okay, have fun.
Bye.
You gonna go fast or slow? Bye. We are back and it is time to make dinner. I had stocked up on a lot of hamburger in the freezer, and so I asked on my Facebook page for ideas on recipes to use hamburger beyond the usual, like chili, tacos, you know, burgers, spaghetti. And I got so many awesome responses that I'm actually going to continue to go back to. And this was the one that I was like, yes, I have never made that and I am definitely going to try that. Somebody suggested shepherd's pie. And so I looked up in my cast iron cookbook for a recipe for that. Again, I've never made it, so this is a first attempt. But it looks pretty simple. These are the ingredients that we need, and I'm gonna get cooking. So I'm in the middle of making the shepherd's pie, and so far we have the potatoes that are ready. Mashed potatoes are ready to go. It's basically potatoes, melted butter, milk, and egg, and salt and pepper. And then in this cast iron skillet, we've got over, well, first of all, it was over medium heat, but the vegetables were cooking really fast, so I turned it down a little bit. But we just have onions and carrots and a couple tablespoons of butter. So now I'm gonna add in the ground beef, and I'm gonna let that brown off. So I am gonna turn up my heat again. Turn it up to medium high. And I will put my ground beef in. and break it up and let it cook up. So I just added the tomato paste, and what I do here when I open a can of tomato paste, I use a lot of it, and when I don't use all of it at once, I put the rest of it in the freezer. So when I put it into the pan, what I do is make a space for it in the middle and break it up a little bit and let it kind of wake back up before adding it into everything else. And then the next thing, at the same time, I'm supposed to put in my garlic and the half a teaspoon of thyme, and just let that cook until it's fragrant. This will take a minute or so at this high heat. Just get it all mixed in. Smells good. Okay, and next is the flour. There's 2 tablespoons of flour. And just let that cook for another minute or so. And this recipe does call for chicken broth. I don't buy chicken broth. I should probably start making chicken broth. But what I do use is that chicken bouillon that I showed you in my grocery haul from before. So for every about 2 cups of water, you would use 1 cube of bouillon. This recipe calls for 1.5 cups. So I'm still using 1 bouillon cube, and I just put 1.5 cups of water in here. And that bouillon cube will dissolve once the heat hits it in the water. It's basically the same thing, just a more budget-friendly way of doing it. So I'll just break that bouillon cube up in there and stir all that up. I'm also putting the Worcestershire sauce in there as well, and that is 2 teaspoons. Looks like I need to open this one. So I'm going to add this in, and to simmer, cook, stirring occasionally until it's thickened, about 10 minutes. I'm actually going to turn that down because that's plenty hot. So we'll check back in a little bit. So I took it off the heat, and it definitely thickened up really, really good. And the next thing I'm going to do is add in my cup of frozen peas, and then I will heat up my broiler and Zhaina's going to pipe the mashed potatoes on top, and I'll show you that. I'm sure she'll do a great job. And then we're going to put it under the broiler just for a few minutes, and it'll be ready to go. Ready to see what the shepherd's pie looks like. It's been under the broiler. It actually only has been under there for like 3 or 4 minutes, but I don't want it to be overcooked, so we're going to take it out. And it looks great.
There you go. You want water?
Ta-da! We are all sitting down to dinner, and we are ready to try our first shepherd's pie. Here's everybody. Is everybody excited to try shepherd's pie? Woohoo!
Yeah.
All right. See if we like it.
Welcome back. We took the banana bread out of the oven and sprinkled some powdered sugar on top just to add a little more sweetness. I burnt it just a little bit, but we're getting used to a new oven, so it's kind of to be expected. We used a bundt cake pan instead of regular rectangle pans, and it cooked for a longer time, but you know, it's cuter this way, I think, in my opinion. Well, that pretty much wraps up everything, I guess. Thanks for watching with me and my mom cooking and our adventures and baking and all that fun stuff. And make sure you like and subscribe to Twinkle Twinkle Little Spatula. Have a nice day.